I've already talked to you about how to go about pricing out your sample bag. Now let's get into the actual sample. Now, this one is the original bag that I designed and crafted myself. Now it is about 6 or so years old and it has been used, but this is the leather bag, the original Rebecca crossbody. Here is the actual Rebecca crossbody sample bag, and it does come with the longer strap as well. You see difference in the two bags. Side by side, they are definitely different. Now let's get into what changed and what stayed the same in the process it took, because it wasn't an easy one. So what changed and why I actually went from making with my hands to manufacturing. Now, let's not forget, I am still the designer. I am still the creator behind the bags and everything that goes on. The only difference is I don't make them with just these two hands. I have now hired multiple hands to help me make these bags. Also, the demand, it outgrew what I was able to do. As one person, I can only make so many bags. But if I hire additional hands to help me make the bags, then I'm able to produce more bags that can go to my clientele. Handcrafted was just the beginning. Manufacturing is how I make it available without lowering my standards. Now, anyone who's been with me for quite a while, they know that generally it would take 6 to 8 weeks for a bag to be made. By going about manufacturing and offering the bags right up front, there's no waiting process. When I drop a collection, I drop it. You can buy them until they are gone and sold out. Now, if you're going to purchase and become a customer, that doesn't mean that you wait. That means that when it's dropped, because his first collection only has a few in every color available. Another reason is consistency and availability without sacrificing quality. Now, when I am the only person making the bags and the demand is growing and growing and people are like, when is my bag going to be ready? When is my bag going to be ready? That puts undue pressure on me. This way, everything is made. There's a quality and a standard that is going to be there. And guess what? I am doing the quality control and it has to meet my standards on every bag that comes in. Now let's do a side-by-side comparison. Now you can see just from these two, the structure of the bag and the shape of the bag is different. Now these are two different leathers, right? So with the two different leathers, you're gonna get, more of a slouchiness than you have with this one. But how I had it made and changed, I wanted the new bags to have more of a structure and a shape to them. As you see, this one has the two-tone piping. Now, I will probably play around with that because this is gonna be a classic that will stay from here on out. And every season we'll get different colors, different fabrics, different materials on what it will be in, right? However, if you can tell a difference, this one has a raw edge to it. This one has more of a refined, tucked edge, if you can tell and see that. Okay? Another difference is the hardware. The weight, the finish, functionality, and the sourcing on the hardware is also different on the two bags. Now, I mentioned how the construction has changed, and we're going to get deep into the construction of the bag because, like I said, this one has more of a raw edge along here and along the entire bag. This one does not. This one has folded edges all along the bag. It still has the piping that's on there, but the piping is tucked between two folded edges of the leather. Gives a nice, cleaner look to the bag. Now, as far as another major difference that I wanted to add was the exterior pocket. This bag has a back exterior pocket. Yes, I listened to my customers, and that was one of the questions people would ask me. Can you add a back pocket? We love to be able to have accessibility on our bags. We love to be able to drop our phone and our keys. So if you're carrying your bag and your phone rings, you don't want to have to open it up and dig through the bag to get your phone. But having it right on the back where you can just drop your hand in, get to your keys and your phone and whatever else you want easily accessible is perfect for the back pocket. You'll also notice that there is a logo bar on the back that has the Tony Becca name right on the back. That has taken the level of this bag up so many notches adding the name. People love to see the name and where it came from, and now they can. They don't even have to ask you, where's your bag from? Another difference is on the inside, I had them add the name of Tony Becca stamped on the inside on a leather patch. That is another feature that is amazing and adds to the quality and the level of this bag. And as you can also tell, this one has a shorter strap. You can wear it right on your shoulder and go. You can tuck it right into the crease of your elbow and go as well. But every bag comes with a longer crossbody strap that is adjustable, and it is leather. It matches perfectly to this one as well. So if you want to wear it across your body, if you want a longer strap just to hang from you, you also have that option with this new Rebecca crossbody bag. These are the changes that have come about with the newest bag, and I absolutely love them. I have carried this bag myself just to get a feel of how it functions, how it works, you know, the durability of it and everything, and I am absolutely in love.
Oh, wow. Oh my God. I love that. Oh my gosh, can I have it?
And it has a back pocket.
Oh my gosh. That is nice.
Oh my gosh, that's so dope.
This color is amazing, okay? But let's also talk about the manufacturing process. For the manufacturing process, now what I did was I actually sent them the original bag, and I told them the differences that I wanted. The back pocket, the two straps. All of those differences are the things that I wanted them to include in the new bag. There was a lot of going back and forth between me and the factory, because the thing is, the manufacturer wants to get it right. They want to make sure that when they make that sample, I am absolutely in love with it. And let me tell you, as you can see from the video, I was absolutely in love with the sample, right? However, in order to get there, there was so much back and forth. Now, I am a visual person. I love to be able to visualize and see what it is that is being explained to me. I'm a creative. That's just how I am. And so a lot of times when we were talking, you know, we were talking it through, and I was like, I think I see what you're saying, but I wasn't for sure. And I would send examples of what I mean when I was making changes to the different bag. But we came to the conclusion together to actually turn the edge, instead of having it exposed like the first bag, to actually do a turn edge seam on around the bag. And I absolutely love the way that it came out. I knew that it would give the bag a nice clean finish, and it would definitely make the price point of the bag make sense as well. As we went about the sampling rounds, I only did one sample. This manufacturer got it right the first time around, and I am so excited about that, because I didn't want to have to pay for another sample of this bag, okay? That's where things can get real expensive. So it is very important, if you cannot provide the actual bag like I did, it's very important that you have pictures and examples of what you want, and be very, very, very detailed with what you are asking and expecting with your manufacturer. Now, I didn't really have to fight for anything in the decision making. They definitely looked at me and viewed me as the designer and the person that knows what I'm talking about. The difference that I did notice with my manufacturer is, because I already make bags, they already know what I'm capable of and the level of quality that I have on all of my bags. So they knew what I was bringing to the table. They knew that they really had to wow me, to win me over, and to secure me as their client, because they knew what I brought to the table. So we didn't have to go through a whole lot of rounds, and they respected every decision and everything that I want to make. Now, yes, they did give their input For example, with the rounded edges, they did give their input and we were able to go back and forth and have dialogue. But really, because they knew my vision and they knew what I wanted for my brand, we were all on one accord as far as the look of the bag, the feel of the bag, and the level that I wanted to take the bag to. Now, I vetted this manufacturer, okay? So I knew what I was getting into, and I wholeheartedly trust them because I've seen their work. However, I still was a little nervous on if they were able to meet my expectations or exceed my expectations. And let me tell you, they truly exceeded my expectations. I really could have cried when I opened this bag and saw how beautiful it is and how wonderfully made. And best believe, I examined the construction and how it was made, how it was crafted. I looked the bag over from inch to inch to inch, and I was very, very satisfied with the work that they did. Now, this is not a commercial for my manufacturer. However, I'm just explaining to you that I knew what I wanted, they knew what I expected and what I wanted, and we were both able to come together and make sure that it was executed exactly like we planned. So what this means for my customer, because I have went into manufacturing, is that there will be more bags available. Again, I am only one person. I can only make so many bags. But now I can scale and more bags can be available. So instead of having 1, 2, 3 bags that I'm able to make for a client and them having to wait 6 to 8 weeks, now I can offer 10, 20 bags in one color and ship that out. That still keeps everything pretty, not available to the masses. And you won't have to really worry about seeing a whole lot of people with your bag. But at the same time, I'm able to create more and meet the demand and the needs of more customers. This also means that the quality of the bags are going to be consistent all the way around, through and through. There's a process that manufacturers have. They do things on an assembly line. Every person has their role in how they make the bag. And so it makes for a nice, consistent look and feel of all the bags across the entire board. This also means that there will be faster fulfillment eventually. So as collections are coming out, I'm going to be able to eventually get to the point where I can do a drop every single month. Isn't that going to be amazing? A new drop every month. Now, we're not going to be there just yet. Might not even be there in 2026. But eventually, I will be able to have drops every single month of bags. So all my bag lovers, get ready because you can see something new all the time. Now, if you're new here, get on the journey list because that's where I share all the new updates and what is actually going on behind the scenes and when you can get your new bag. That's where I share the real updates and first access. Handcrafted was just the beginning. Manufacturing is how I make it available without lowering my standards. So if you love talking about this bag journey, if you want to get into the manufacturing process yourself and want to know what it takes, go ahead, hit the subscribe button and like this video so that you can come back for more.